Hello everyone! Alors bonsoir et bienvenue à un autre épisode de The Vintage Kids. Hein? Welcome at brand new episode of The Vintage Kids. Hein? Ben oui, pourquoi pas? Why not? That's the real question, you know. So, bienvenue. Cette semaine, qu'est-ce que nous allons parler? Nous allons parler de toutes sortes d'affaires, là. Plein de choses. What are we going to talk about this week? We're going to talk about tons of vintage and non-vintage and toy lines and stuff and... And as you can see, I've put up my Indiana Jones hat, just like on that picture, except I don't have the glasses. I wouldn't see shit. And yes, this is my ultimate real Indiana Jones replica, because I was lucky enough to purchase it in Quebec City a few years ago. And I really enjoy my hat. It's actually... most of the time in the display, but I took it out just for you guys. And I think my head got a little bigger because it feels really tight. Alors, bonsoir, hein? Ben oui, bienvenue à un autre épisode. Donc c'est ça, cette semaine, on va faire un petit tour des anciens Toy Lines. Vous allez dire, Phil, tu l'as déjà fait, me semble, cet épisode-là. Oui, mais pas vraiment. On avait parlé des anciens puis tout ça. Mais là, ce que je veux faire, c'est que je veux vous montrer un peu plus qu'est-ce que moi j'ai sous la main et qu'est-ce que je collectionne. So what some of you are going to say, Phil, you've already did this show. Is it a rerun? No, it's not. We did talk about most of the toy lines available that were available back in the days. But this week I want to do something special. I wanted to talk about what I actually collect and what I've got available. And you're going to say, yeah, why? You want to show off your collection, man? No, not really. It's not a question of showing off. It's more of an idea that I had. Donc, si tu vas être là, le monde va dire, mais oui, tu veux juste me montrer ta collection, moi? Je me dis, ben non. It's a dog. I had an idea. Donc, j'ai eu une idée. Yoda's Workshop, Vintage Kids, it's comes from the same guy. And I've always said that I didn't want to sell stuff on the Vintage Kids because this is not a selling thing. It's a gathering of collectors. I'm doing this to talk about stuff. I'm not here to sell stuff on the Vintage Kids. But I do sell stuff on Yoda's Workshop. I do sell stuff on Marketplace. I do sell stuff on eBay and whatever. And I'm not here to see, this is $12. No, that's not at all what I want to do. What I want to do is, I want to put up a weekly sale on Yoda's Workshop. So I don't know what day, probably on a Friday or whatever. Every week I will be putting up some items up for grabs. Let me see. Jim Arsenault! You're first and you're the only one. Win-win. You just won yourself a dog. No, I'm kidding. That's my dog. So yeah, what I want to do is offer a sale every week. I'm gonna put up like several items, not on the Vintage Kids. Not woohoo. You'll have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel. um, so, hey, Mr. Dan Kissel is in the house. Good to have you aboard, my friend. So, yeah. So what I want to do is I want to put up a sale every week. Not a big sale, not like hundreds of stuff and what I had in mind is like putting up like 10 or 20 items max every week. And not all the same stuff. Like not only Star Wars, not only whatever. Like trying to give you guys some choice, you know. Donc, le but, c'est un peu de mettre comme une dizaine, une vingtaine d'items à vendre, à vous offrir sur Yoda's Workshop à tous les jeudis, mettons. Et puis, cette vente-là, ben, elle serait disponible toute la semaine. So that week would be on Yoda's Workshop for a week until I change the items on the next week. So, I wanted to go through several of the toy lines that I have, that I collect, and that I might, if you guys are interested, put up on these sales at, I think, good prices. Again, I don't run a shop. I don't have a store. I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing this for fun. I've said it tons of times in the past, but I'm going to say it again. The important thing for me is that I don't lose money. That's it. I mean, I don't mind getting a good deal, and if I'm able to pass it along to someone else, that someone else can be happy with that stuff, good. So I'm going to show you guys tons of stuff. Is Jimmy V is in the house? Jimmy V is in the house. Jimmy V received his special prize that he won. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? I don't remember. I think it was 2 weeks ago. So again, I'm going to say it because some of you guys are still asking me. People are writing down comments, and sometimes I don't reply to your questions, and I'm going to explain it again. So the way I'm doing this is I'm using StreamYard. It's a platform that gives me the opportunity to put up some stuff and videos and stuff. And I'm able to broadcast on three places at once. So I'm broadcasting on Yoda's Workshop, of course. I'm broadcasting on, again, YouTube's Yoda's Workshop channel. And I'm broadcasting on my personal Facebook page. So if you are watching on my personal page, or you're watching on YouTube, and you write down comments, sometimes I don't see them because my platform, let me show you. This is what I see. Okay. These are the comments that I receive from StreamYards, but they don't always send me everything that is posted on all the three different broadcasting thing. And as you can see, I don't even see your names. I just see Facebook user. So it's not, I'm not going to say it's stupid because I'm using it and I'm happy with it. But it's complicated. So don't get mad at me if I don't reply to every comments. I try to follow the ones that I see on StreamYards. Sometimes I even go on Facebook on Yoda's Workshop to see who's talking to me, like James and Jim, because I don't see your names. Yoda's always the best way to watch it. If you want to comment, yes, well, it is. I think it is because why? I don't know. Perhaps it's because it's mainly the one that I use. I don't know, man. I don't know all these technological stuff on StreamYard works. So anyway, I'm sorry if I don't reply to your comments or when you ask a question, but trust me, if I see it, I'll do my best to reply as the best as I can. Okay, so again, this week is not, I'm not doing a sale. I'm not trying to convince you to buy stuff. I just want to give you guys, people on Vintage Kids and people on Yoda's Workshop, and people all around other groups that knows that I have Yoda's Workshop, opportunity to buy me stuff or even trade. I don't care. I don't have a store, but I have a shitload of stuff. Donc, j'ai pas un magasin, pas un restaurant encore non plus. Là. Je vendrais du café de Boba Fett. Donc, j'ai pas un magasin, mais j'ai une grosse collection. J'ai bien dit collection. Là. Partez pas de rumeurs, là. Ça va en faire des jaloux. So, I want to show you guys the stuff that I collect, because I don't collect everything. It's all a question of, first of all, space, and also money, and also space. No, but interest. There are several things that I'm interested in, but I don't collect them because they take way too much space. Can you see the red line here? I think that's the equator. I think my head got fat. Oh, most of my body. Man, it smells like that. I hope it smells good, man. Hey, you're welcome, Jimmy, man. Yeah, you're the best. And I'm happy that you share this. And I hope the little V's are going to enjoy the little gifts. And perhaps you just want to keep the Legos inside the box and sell them later on. I don't care. But if you want to play with Legos and they don't put them up their nose, go ahead. All right. So that's what I want to do tonight. Again, if you have questions during this, I'm sorry if I don't see all the comments. Like I said, I see most of them from Yoda's Workshop. On my personal page, most of the time, I don't know why I don't see the comments. Like I said, I'm using StreamYards. Okay, so it smells like back bacon. I smell like maple syrup. I didn't say taste, I said smell. It's not the same thing. Okay, family show. There's no alcohol in this head, but in this body. No, I don't drink alcohol. Okay. So, let's talk about the stuff that I'm interested in and I have items of. Perhaps there's even toy lines that you don't even know existed. So I'm going to show you guys some stuff. I'm going to show you part of my collection. So you could have an idea of what I want to put up on those sales every week on Yoda's Workshop. So, first up, when I was a kid, back in the 1970s, there was a show that was in Canada and Quebec, that was called Goldorak. You say, what? It's Grandizer in English. And it's this guy. So that's the little Grandizer figure. You probably already know what this guy is. But when I was a kid, I was obsessed with that show. And now I'm out of focus again. Man, I paid, I don't know for how much for that camera. It doesn't work. It snowed in Alberta yesterday. Yeah, I'm not surprised, man. Over here, like summer never really showed up yet. It's still like not even spring. I mean, it was spring for several hours, but it feels like autumn all the way every day. And at night, uh, when we go at our camping site, we still have to put on the heat because it's like 2 degrees outside. That's like 3,000 Fahrenheit. I don't know. Nous autres, au Canada, là, c'est des degrés. Hein? Des pouces, des pieds. Là. Fuck les mètres. Là. Okay. So, back to this. So, this guy is actually Grandizer Goldorak. And I was really, really upset. Not upset, but obsessed. Not upset. I was really obsessed with this little fellow here. I still have my Grandizer figure. But anyway, that's something that I really, really, really still to this day love and try to collect. But have you seen these prices for the ones that they made recently, like the modern ones? Crazy prices. So I don't have much, but that's one of the toy lines that I was obsessed with. Okay, something else. I was back in the days. You probably, since you guys are vintage kids too, we were able to watch TV shows once a week and forget about watching it later on tonight or ordering it on Netflix or whatever. You had to sit down at the right time and watch the show without someone talking to you. That was how we do it. Okay, so one of my favorite shows back in the days, and I was a little older, was Knight Rider. So this is a amazing Michael Knight action figure. I sold my kit and this guy went a few years ago, and I really regret it because the car was still working well, the batteries were perfect, the car was still talking, and I was really obsessed with Knight Rider. And again, till today, I'm gonna share a secret. Before I'm gonna say it in French. Donc, je capotais sur Knight Rider K2000. In French, the show was not called Knight Rider, it was called K2000. K2000. Ooh. So, I'm going to share a little secret here. Even today, I'm so obsessed with Knight Rider, with Kit. I'm trying to find a Pontiac Firebird 1982, 83, 84, 85 with the T-top, and I want to restore it. And I don't drive, okay? Yes, I'm 48, and I've never used a car in my life. Long story. It's not because I'm afraid. Most of it is because of my freaking height. But I never drove a car, and I will never drive a car. But I want to purchase a Pontiac Firebird, and I want to restore it, and I want to create a Knight Rider, a kit, and I want to park it in front of my house just for the fun of it, because that car is my favorite car of all time. If someone like would say, you can purchase a car, what car do you want? And I'm not talking about purchasing like Ghostbusters Ecto 1. I'm really talking about a car. I'm going to purchase a black Pontiac Firebird that looks exactly like Kit. Anyway, so that's another thing that I love. If someone got a kit, a vintage kit available, let me know. I'm ready to purchase it probably. I already have the figure, but I need the car. Okay. I've got tons of stuff right here. Okay, I can get this one right here and this one. Another show that was on television that I really enjoyed when I was a kid was Battlestar Galactica. Again, no reruns. You had to be there and watch it when it was on TV. This little fellow was probably one of my favorite. I always loved dogs. You guys know it. She's right here. Where is she? See? She's sleeping on my foot. Hello, hello. So I've always had dogs. I love dogs probably more than humans. Anyway, that was my favorite character right here. Yeah, the tail's gone. But anyway, I was lucky enough to purchase this one at a convention a few years ago, just before COVID, by the way. So I was really happy that I was able to find another one. And recently, I purchased two great items. I don't remember from which person on the internet. I don't know if this person is on Yoda's workshop or watching the Vintage Kids. But I was able to find these. I love these things. I love old toys, but when I'm able to get it still on card or still with the box, this one is sealed. I just love these things. Also have this one. And you're gonna say, yeah, Phil, but this is not really valuable. Yeah, but I don't care. That's the point. That's the fun also of collecting. I'm gonna show you guys some stuff that you probably never saw tonight, but you're gonna say, oh my God, this is pretty much it must be very valuable. It's not. It's not. There's some great stuff like this that you can purchase, and you won't have to sell your house. So I love the fact that this is still on card. There's nothing on the back. It's unpunched. It's unpunched. So that's pretty rare. That's pretty cool. So this dates back to 1978. Was made from Universal City Studios. I don't know. Laramie Corp in Philadelphia. Made in Hong Kong. Anyway. So I just love these things. And like I said, some people are going to say, oh, I don't want your dog. The tail's missing. Yeah, well, I don't really care that it's not perfect. It's not mint in box, but I don't care. It reminds me, it gives me great emotion to have it back in my hands. And to be able to find some stuff that are sealed like this, I'm a happy camper. The tail is docked. Yeah, listen. It's in there. It's stuck. Anyway, if I rub it. Okay. Some other stuff that I want to show you. I was talking about TV shows. Well, let me show you something that perhaps you've never seen. Here is a Doctor Who action figure. And these are not the refigured. There's a company, I think it's Funko, that are actually recreating all kinds of vintage style action figures, or even creating some. But this is not a Funko thing. That's the real vintage stuff. That's the BBC. This is from the BBC 1987. Dapole, Winsford. Anyway, whatever. So this is actually a variant. I was surprised to see that's a rare variant of this figure. You can have this one with that red thing that she's wearing, but there's the blue one. So yeah, it's mint on card, it's sponge, but who cares? I mean, look at this. This is amazing. So for I'm not a Doctor Who fan at all. I think I've never watched an episode. Shh, don't tell anyone. But I mean, when I find stuff like this, that's the dog. There's another doggy. when I find stuff like this, I mean, I go nuts. Wow, that's amazing. How much do you want for it? I love these things. And again, these are not selling like a Boba Fett mint on card. This is just like cool vintage stuff. I mean, that's amazing. The bubble is clear. The bubble's still attached. That's not a reseal. No one's doing repro of these guys. I mean, you've got the original stuff right away. I love this stuff. Let me show you another one from another show. I'm going to take it out of the bubble. Again, it's not something that is selling at crazy prices. The value is not incredible, but I just love these. This is the Love Boat figure of Julie. And it's sealed, it's mint on card. The bubble is a little yellowish, and it's even a little broken down here. But I don't care. This is great. That's the original, what's the name of the company again? Mego Carp. And the cool thing of this one, it's the Canadian version. You can actually have the title in English, and you've got the title in French. So this is amazing for me. I think I've got 2 of these. But when I'm able to find these things, and they're not asking thousands of dollars for it or hundreds of dollars for it, I mean, for me, this is amazing. La croisière s'amuse. La croisière s'amuse means the boat is having a blast. So instead of calling it le bateau de l'amour, they call it La croisière s'amuse. I don't know, it's less sexual, I presume. So anyway, this is amazing. And look at this on the back in black and white. You've got all the other figures available. Le barman, rentre à la traverse, Vicky, Captain Stubing, le docteur. You always want to spend time with le docteur in his cabin. Anyway, so again, these are great stuff for me that I love, that I love to collect. I'm gonna put it back in its star case. It's going back downstairs with my collection. So that's another good example of vintage stuff that are not so expensive that I love to collect. So I want to offer you guys perhaps the chance to put your hand on these things during these sales. Okay, more toy line stuff that perhaps you've never seen. I love showing you guys these things. Okay. Have you ever seen a Action Jackson figure? These figures are not 12-inch. They're like, let me check. They're 8-inch. No. They're around, I don't know, 8-inch. Yeah, I was right. So they're 8-inch Action Jackson figures. I used to have like 6 of these, but I think I only have 1 left. But these guys are amazing. They were produced by, again, Mego Carp. And it dates back to 1971. These are 1971 action figures. And it's still in box. It's still, well, it's not really sealed because there were no tape back in the days. They were just like, put the thing right there. Anyway, so it gives you an idea. I love these things. Again, the figure looks amazing. Everything is in there. Everything is mint inside. It was probably I've never taken out of its box, but I love these things. Look at these artworks, man. We're freaking out with Star Wars artworks and Star Wars cardboard, but look at these. They're amazing. They did an amazing job. Anyway, so that's another great example of items that I just love to collect. I've never played. I don't think I ever played with an Action Jackson, but mod styled air. Yes. I love these things. Okay. In other news, no. Other things that I love to collect are not necessarily that much vintage. Oof, this box is a little rough. I love these things when they actually like reproduce a figure for the 50th anniversary of like the Wizard of Oz. I have 3 of the 4 figures in these box. I don't have the witch and I don't have Glinda. But the box is really rough, but it's still mint in box, never taken out. The dog is still there. And I love these things. I mean, I grew up with the Wizard of Oz. I remember watching it for the first time when I was little. And this dates back from 1988. So again, that's a great toy line-ish that I also love to collect when they're movie related or TV series related. Love these things. Okay. Let me check. Okay, something else that I used to collect as a kid is stickers. I was nuts. Yeah, one of your favorite movie ever, man. Of course, it was. Wizard of Oz was kind of a Star Wars for back in the days, for the technology, for everything. People never saw something like that before. First of all, colors. Everything was in black and white back in the day. So when colors showed up on screens, so what? So something that I really, 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 really enjoy collecting when I was a kid. Qu'est-ce que tu veux, mon bébé? She wants to say something. What's up, baby? Veux-tu dire quelque chose? Tu dis-tu bonjour? Bonjour. She's growing up. She's gonna leave with the car and have a boyfriend pretty soon. Ouais, je sais. Ouais, tu petit poulet. She I don't know what she wants. Qu'est-ce que tu veux? Hein? Qu'est-ce que tu veux, bébé? She's not vintage yet. She's pretty modern. Hey, it was made in the 30s, exactly. So can you imagine the faces on people when they saw Wizard of Oz for the first time? Like, what? Okay, so back to this. This is 1982 hockey sticker album. Wayne Gretzky, and behind, I think it's Rick Green when he was with the Capitals. And funny thing, I worked with Rick Green when I was in with the Montreal Canadiens. But anyway, that's another story. Okay, so I love these things. So I collect. I still collect hockey cards. I still collect stickers, but vintage stickers. I love to find those boxes with all the stickers, the packs unopened. And I was lucky enough, someone was selling a bunch of these. I have several of these things, and they look amazing. I mean, this one is an OPG version. That's a Canadian version. I've got the Tops version, and they're unused. They're mint inside. I mean, for me, that's amazing because I used to have this one in 1982. And I used to purchase these stickers. So I was trying to find some stickers still sealed. But the thing is, when you open these old vintage stickers, when you try to stick them inside your album, the glue doesn't work anymore. So the stickers don't stand on the inside the I am out of focus, inside the album. Can you see me? Anyway, so that's another good example. And talking about stickers, I'm gonna show you guys. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna show this right away. I was talking about finding vintage stickers box. That's a good example. No, I'm not a big Barbie fan, but that gives you an idea. That's a 1989 sealed box of stickers. I don't know how many stickers there in there, but anyway, it's full. It was never open, and the stickers are still in there. And they were made by Panini. It's one of the biggest company of stickers back in the days, and I think even still today. Uh, and they're great. So when I find these things, I go nuts. When they're sealed like this, I didn't brought my favorite one. The favorite one that I have was the E.T. the Extraterrestrial stickers and album. And I've talked about this before, but I remember when I was young, I think it was at my birthday or something, I received $8. With the value coming out, maybe that will go in value. Yeah, probably. That's a very good point. I have no idea how much this sells right now. I've got tons of stuff like this that I don't follow up prices on eBay, to be honest with you. Like the Action Jackson figure that I just showed you, the Love Boat characters, the figures, I don't know how much they're worth. Some of these stuff are already on sale on Marketplace on my Facebook stuff, but sometimes I go back and I watch, oh, I've got this thing already on Marketplace, and I go back and watch the price that they are selling on eBay. I'm saying, oh my God, I'm asking like $20 and now it sells for like 60. I mean, why am I not selling it? Probably because it's me. Anyway, like I said, the point is not to sell. The point is having fun purchasing these kinds of stuff. That's what I love about collecting. And again, I've said this in the past. I'm going to say it again. I totally understand that some of the groups focus only on one thing, like G.I. Joe's, Transformers, Star Wars. But like I've explained it so many times, whatever you're collecting, as far as you're enjoying it, doesn't matter. And I prefer to try to talk about more toy lines than only focusing on only Star Wars or only Transformers, because I know that people, it's not everyone that collects only Star Wars. People collect these things, like I said, Action Jackson or Barbie stuff or mint and box stuff, whatever the toy line it might be. Anyway, so that was another great example. Let me. I've got a lot of stuff to go through, and I think I took way too much stuff out. Perhaps I'll do another episode next week, continuing to show you guys these things, if you're interested, of course. Another thing that I love to collect, but they're not valuable that much, and it's not necessarily something that people are trying to purchase, but vintage books, of course, Star Wars, and as you can see, this is the French version. So that's the same book as the hardcover that you actually get in, that you actually see in every eBay sales or whatever. But this one is the French version. This one was printed in Belgium. Ooh la la, Belgium, la Belgique, bordel de merde. So that's another thing that I love to collect. And I love those French variants. And I'm lucky enough to live where the French Canadians are. So I grew up to have with access to those variants or those version. So I remember most of my toys, everything was in French on the boxes. So I know that they're pretty rare. Here's another good example. Master of the Universe. Maître de l'Univers. So these are E-Man's hardcover comics, but they're in French. I love these things. I don't know if the names are different. Trouver le pont. Musclor. Oh yeah, He-Man. You know how He-Man is called in French? It's not He-Man. It's Musclor. Alors, Musclor, dis donc, tu viens me prendre un petit pinet, Musclor, bordel de merde. Les éditions Eurodiff. Anyway, so I love these things. I love the French versions. I know that they are harder to find. And it brings me back to my childhood. Okay, more stuff. Of course, there's the G.I. Joe toy lines. You want to see it? Does it smell good? My dog is like wondering what the hell am I doing, but she's always here with me during every Vintage Kids. But I don't know. This week she's like more. Yeah, you're throwing stuff. Bitch des affaires à taille, man. T'es tout en train de casser là. Arrête de tout casser. She's stepping on stuff and she's breaking everything. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. One of the toy line that I really enjoyed as a kid was the G.I. Joes. G.I. Joes and... No, stop. She's throwing everything on the floor. Yeah, I think she is. And she even talks like doggy. Bon, c'est quoi tu veux, là? I'm going to give her a treat. You want some treat? Ooh, treats! Ooh, a bigger one. You know I have to try it first. That's the rule of the house. Yeah, doesn't really taste good, but I know you're enjoying it. There you go. Now go away. Go away. Can't wait for her to have a boyfriend. Okay. So... what was I saying? I don't know. Oh, yeah. I was talking about G.I. Joes. So, one of the toy line that I really enjoy as a kid, at the same time with Transformers, was G.I. Joes. And I was lucky enough to have my friend, Kristen Lee, to send me this. This is a light... une lampe de poche. Hein? Ben oui. Flashlight. There you go. Ooh. Here's the vintage flashlight with General Slaughter, or what's his name? I don't remember. He's still alive. He used to wrestle. Here is the G.I. Joe vintage. What's the date on this? 1986. 1985? I don't know. But here's another great example of great stuff. These are oddballs. I love the oddballs. The oddballs are like, people are like, what's a oddball? Oddballs are like things, toys or accessories or whatever that was just glued a sticker on it, or something that was not really a toy, like in Star Wars there are tons of these, like ouvert, how do you say this, you know, when you put your you know what I mean. Anyway, they're not figures, they're not ships or whatever. So I love these things, and that's a great example. I love that flashlight that Kristen Lee offered me. She sent it to me. I don't remember, a few months ago. I love these things. Okay, of course, we have to talk about these guys. Here is the latest G1 Optimus Prime that I was able to purchase from one of my friends. He was selling his G1 Optimus Prime. I also have the trailer thing, but I just took this out. I mean, Prime. I mean, come on. This is probably one of the nicest... well... I think I've already talked about this in the past, but Transformers were the last real toy lines that I really collect, or that I really not collect. I really enjoyed as a kid. Let's try it. Let's see if the sticker still works. Let's wait a little longer. Oh, it still works. This is amazing. The sticker is still working. Ooh, yes. As you can see, it's pretty dirty. I have to clean it up. That's another thing that I love to do. When I purchase these things that are really dusty, I love to spend time sitting down with a little Q-tips and trying to make it look as brand new as it can. But I don't always do this when I purchase stuff, but when I get like a great piece like this, I love to take the time and to do my best to make it look good. Okay, so of course these are more toy lines of people are used to see. I've got, of course, I'm gonna show you guys this one, and you know what these are. So, of course, I just love these. Of course, every vintage Star Wars stuff, of course, I collect. But I love to be able to find when they are still in their box. This one is not new, it's open. You probably saw the pictures on Yoda's workshop this week. But I had that box for several years in my collection, and I was trying to find a slave one that I wouldn't pay like crazy money for it, and put the complete set. So I've got the instructions, I've got the stickers, I've got the ramp, I've got the door, I've got the Han Solo in carbonite. So it's complete. I just don't have the inserts, the boxes, like the cardboard inside, but that's okay. I mean, I've got a Empire Strikes Back Slave one ship with his box. For me, that's amazing. And I was really, really happy when the Slave one showed up. I think it's someone from the IC that sold it to me. I don't remember. Okay, again, let's talk about still vintage stuff. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to continue next week, because I've shown you perhaps only half of what I wanted to show you guys. One of my favorite show when I was a kid was $6 Million Man. And the $6 Million Man aired from 1973 to 1978, I think. Yeah, it was 5 years with movies in between. And I still have 8mm home movies that my dad shot in 1975 or 76, probably 75. I'm like 1 year old or two, and I'm probably 2 years old, so it's probably 1976. I think I still have these videos somewhere in my computers when I did the movie on my dad. I digitalized everything from our past, from our family. Anyway, I just love that toy line. And that's one of the Kinner's toy line that was really successful before Star Wars. And I'm trying to find every piece of that toy line. And it's really hard. And they're selling at really crazy prices, and I don't purchase them on eBay because most of the time, since they're big, the shipping is like $85 US when the box is big, so it kills the deal. So I'm always trying to find some over here in Quebec, but it's really hard. I was lucky enough several years ago, I found a bionic woman at a not a pawn shop, at in the wild. And I was so happy she was with her clothing and stuff. But someone, when I posted it on, I think on Yoda's workshop, or I posted it somewhere, and someone like said, I want to purchase, and they were offering me like crazy money for it. So I said, yeah, okay, I'm gonna let her go, and perhaps I'll find another one. No, I wasn't able to find another one. But look what I found. If you were kids that used to play with that toy line, Jamie Summers, exactly, the sexy lady. She was. People are saying back in the days there were no female heroes or strong women. Come on, man. She was really hot and she was really strong. It was bionic, man. Okay, so I was able to find a part of a rare playset from the $6 Million Man. That's the part of it. That's only like a cardboard part, but I know it's from that playset. And it's in an amazing condition. I have no idea of that value, of the value of just that piece. I don't think I want to go and check, because I'm going to say, what? And I want to. I'll be ending up selling it, and that's not what I want to do. But anyway, love that thing. We could actually put some tubes in there and plug it in Steve Austin and Jamie Summers' arm and legs to make her or make him feel better, more bionic, or reload or whatever. But that's the only part I still have from from that toy set. But for me, that's just a piece of cardboard, but it's amazing. I love you, cardboard. I need therapy. Okay. What time is it? Okay, I still have I've got about 5 minutes. Let me show you another thing that I love to collect. Not necessarily from a toy, from a movie or from a TV show or whatever, but I love to be able to find old vintage toys that are still sealed in their package, like I was talking about for the Slave One. And lucky enough for me, I was able to find a Etch a Sketch seal in box. It's not that old. I think this one is from the early 1990s. I think they're like from 1992. Do you have anything that you're embarrassed to own? That's a very good question. Except my daughter? I don't think so. I'm not. Of course I'm not embarrassed of my daughter. I don't think so. Not yet. That's a very good question, man. That's a very good question. Embarrassed to own? No, I don't think so, because I realize that some stuff, sometimes I purchase things and I think it's like, wow, that's a great item. That's probably very rare. And I end up, look, I'm out of focus again. Sorry about that. Okay, there I sometimes I'm going to find some stuff in yard sales or on eBay or on Marketplace or whatever. I'm shopping. I'm looking every day for stuff. Sometimes I have to stop myself because I always find great deals. Just to give you an idea, I think I paid like $5 for this at a yard sale. It's still sealed, mint in original box. It's an Etch a Sketch. Come on, man. $5. All right, thank you. So embarrassing stuff. Except for my sex toys. No. I don't have any sex toys. Let me see. No, I'm going to show you. Well, something that it's probably because it was like not right when we were kids to own like Barbie stuff. Like I own this. It was like, why? Oh, I mean, they're great. They're stickers. You say, yeah, but they're for girls. I don't care. I mean, as again, I'm back. I'm out of focus. There you go. It's inside of me, and I'm always saying, yeah, should I purchase this? I mean, that's Barbie stuff. I mean, yeah, why not? I'm going to give you an example. And I decided to show you guys that thing because for the exact reason you're asking me that question. Let's try to not make everything fall on the floor. All good. Just to give you an idea, here's a Barbie. That's a Ariel, Little Mermaid. Is that the Little Mermaid? Yeah, that's the Little Mermaid Disney style series number 7. It looks amazing. Look at the box. For me, the artwork, the box are amazing. So am I embarrassed to own it? I always have to ask myself, am I really going to purchase some Barbie stuff? I don't know. Why not? She looks amazing. Look at that thing, man. I mean, I would go in the sea with her for a couple of minutes. So, am I embarrassed? I don't think so. I don't think that I am embarrassed to own stuff. Oh, there's a good example. I think I've showed you guys this a few weeks ago. Another great example of weird stuff. Mary Poppins merry-go-round to make. It's not sealed, but it's complete. So that's when I found that stuff, I was like, what? It was never used. It was never built. It's still, the cards are still intact inside. And it's open. That's what I was surprised to see. Look. Everything is still intact. So for me, that's amazing. That's crazy. The glue, the glue thing is still there. Magic stick glue. Have you ever seen one of these? For me, I think it was the first time. Anyway, the rope are still there. Everything is intact. So, it dates back to when? I have no idea. What's the date on this? There's no date. 1973, 1 year before I was born. So, yeah, so what some people would say, aren't you embarrassed to own these kinds of stuff? No, because it's amazing. It's been in that box for the last 49 years, and it's still intact. That's incredible. I feel like Indiana Jones. I feel like finding treasures that are still like they were buried inside a box and they're still in there. So that drives me. I mean, I love to find these things. I'm gonna show you guys very quickly. Okay, some other. I'm gonna keep this for next week. I'm gonna continue to talk about this next week. I've got, just to give you an idea, I've got tons of stuff to show you guys, and I have bags of other things. Look, Ghostbusters. I've got the Black Series stuff. We haven't talked about Star Wars at all. Near almost not at all, but we almost haven't talked about Star Wars stuff. I'm just gonna talk about one more thing. Is I was talking about stickers, but one thing that I collect and I still collected and I still collect, are, like I said, hockey cards and Star Wars cards. And nowadays, I mean, just like for the action figures, you can have them graded, and when they're graded, the values are way up. But the cool thing about the graded stuff is when they're graded, they're inside these plastic stuff and they're protected. So I love to collect graded Star Wars cards. So that's a French OPC version. I'm gonna say, yeah, the grade's not really high, 6.5. I don't care. It's graded, man. It's in there. It's an original stuff. I can throw it in the wall and it would still be in that shape. So for me, it's great. So Star Wars, graded stuff. Here's a Lando. And some people will say, yeah, but it's not graded PSA. I don't care. It's graded KSA. It's Canadian. Again, that's a... Oh, is that OPG? No, that's not OPG. That's Tops. US version. Here's an OPG. Here's our Princess. 6.5. I mean, these things are incredible. I just love cards. I remember purchasing these cards when I was a kid. And of course, hockey cards. Here's a Guy Lafleur. Guy Lafleur, a graded 7 from 1975. I was 1 year old. And can you imagine, I was lucky enough to work with this guy for several years when I was with the Montreal Canadiens. He was an amazing man. I was really, really sad when he passed a few years ago. Anyway, so I love the vintage Star Wars cards. I love these cards it could be from Montreal Canadiens or any great players that played hockey. It's hard to explain because I don't watch football. I don't watch basketball. I used to watch baseball because we used to have the Montreal Expos, and I was a real big baseball fan. I used to go to see at least 20 to 40 games a year at the stadium, and I was young. And I collected cards. I collected stickers. I was lucky enough to meet several of the players before the games. I don't know if it's still like this. And I was really sad when they sold the Expos. And I understand why, and that's okay. But anyway, I probably preferred baseball to hockey back in the days. But, I mean, when I met this guy, I met him when I was a kid. That's another great story, anyway, for another time. But I was lucky enough to skate with that guy when he was playing with the Montreal Canadiens. I think it was back in 1981. Anyway, so hockey cards, vintage hockey cards. And of course, there's also the recent one. I also collect the recent one because of the passion that I've been collecting for so many years. And nowadays, I love the fact that you can have them graded, and they put all the variants, like the French version, like in inserts and stuff. That's cool. That's cool. I enjoy these things. And I wanted to show you, I'm going to finish with this. I was talking about Indiana Jones, and I was wearing my my hat today because the release of the movie. But of course, there's also... back in the days, we could collect the Indiana Jones cards. These are the stickers from Raiders of the... no, it's not Raiders. That's from Temple of Doom. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see, but you can actually, just like from the Star Wars version, you can actually make that thing. And these are the inserts, the stickers. Great stuff. 1984. Yeah, from 1984, so it's Temple of Doom. I love these things, and I just can't wait. I'm going to finish on this. I just can't wait to see the next Indiana Jones. I saw several interviews with Harrison Ford, and it's hard. It's hard to see our beloved actors that we grew up with watching. I mean, this guy is not only Indiana Jones, he's Solo. And they're getting old. It's part of life, but it's sad to know that these great actors, these great person won't be around forever. Just like hockey players or whatever, but actors, I mean, we grew up with them. Like I've already talked about in the past, I mean, losing Robin Williams, it felt like losing a part of my family. I'm a huge Phil Collins fan. I'm a huge Genesis fan, and I was lucky enough to go see him during the 2 last tour that he did. But Jesus, the guy is not healthy. Anyway. Yeah, all our heroes are going, man. Yeah, and it's part of the game. It's part of life. I mean, now we understand why people freaked out when Elvis died, when great actors from the 40s and 50s died, because, like, wow, they had a major impact on so many people. Anyway, so hockey cards, baseball cards, graded cards, Harrison Ford's card, Indiana Jones. So what I'm going to do is we're going to continue this next week, because I've got tons of other stuff to talk about. Just to give you an idea, I don't want only to talk about vintage stuff. I want to talk about these things too. I mean, I love collecting oh my God. Do it. I love to collect busts. I love to collect statues. I love to collect how do you say it in English? Full size figures. Just to give you an idea, I've got a C-3PO right here. It's a bust. I have to fix it. It's broken. There's something that broke on it, so I have to fix this. Anyway, so I want to show you guys other stuff. Not only the weird or distant toy lines. That's a big head, yeah. It is. Wacky packages sticker. Yes, you're totally right. And if you guys have things that you used to collect, or you're collecting that are not Star Wars, that is not something that I'm going to talk about, go ahead, talk about it in the discussion, because we can talk about it next week also. So next week, oh, sorry about that. I think I'm allergic to Palpatine. So next week, I want to talk about Superman. I want to talk about Batman, Marvel, The Simpsons, Halo. I want to talk about Replica, movie Replica. I even want to talk about my personal pop that they did. No, it's not me. I mean, there's so many other stuff that I want to talk about. Today was more of the like vintage stuff. Next week, I want to show you guys some more recent, but still like modern of the vintage stuff. So like I said, Marvel stuff, even Star Wars items. Like I said, replica, customs. I love customs. Custom replica. I mean, I'm going to show you this one just to tease you guys. I love this thing. That's a Nerf gun. Is that the one that I did? I think that's the one I did. And I tried to customize it for someone that could actually use it as for props for cosplaying. I mean, look at this. That's full size, just like in the movie, with removable items. So for someone that has a stormtrooper, that's more recent stuff. But anyway, I mean, that's an amazing thing, and it works. Poof. Anyway, so I want to talk about these things too. All this because, again, I think I'm going to start this week, but I'm going to start a new weekly sale. So I'm going to put up, like I said earlier, I'm going to put up 10 to 20 items a week. I'm going to put up prices with the shipping and stuff. The instruction will be there. And if you see something that you're interested in, go ahead, grab it, man. I'm going to try to put up different stuff, different items, Hot Wheels, stickers, hockey cards, weird vintage stuff, mint stuff still in packages, loose stuff, Jetta cars, puzzles, whatever. So I've got, like I said, I've got tons of stuff. Behind this is all boxes full of stuff. So like I said, I don't have a store. I collect way too much stuff. So, but I love to share and give the opportunity to others to own these things. Because the fun of it is receiving it. It's receiving it, owning it, holding it, enjoying it. And then if I can give that thrill to someone else, I'm a happy camper. Okay, so that's it for this week. So next week we'll continue this various toy lines. See, it's right here, various toy lines. It's going to be episode 53 next week. So again, if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, I'm going to still use that survey option on Yoda's workshop. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I enjoy it because I got feedback from you. So perhaps I'm going to put up some more surveys and try to interact with what you want to see or what you like, what you didn't like. Anyway. So, okay. So as I always say every week, have an amazing week. Be safe, be good, be wild, be you. Take care. Life is short. Enjoy every day of your life. Enjoy every people that are around you, that loves you, that talks to you, and no time to waste in arguing. If people are not good for you in your life, walk away, man. Walk away. Don't stay in a situation where you're not happy. You deserve to be happy. Everyone deserves to be happy. So thank you very much. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, everyone that was here tonight. Yeah, tomorrow night, man, I got a rainbow. I was lucky enough to get that rainbow because Audrey's working tomorrow night, so she won't be able to make it for the show. So she gave me that Dufton rainbow. How lucky I am. And she gave it to me and she said, do it. No, that was only in my head. Like I said, I need therapy. Just to give you an idea. That's another thing for next week. That's another thing for next week. Graded VHS seal. Anyway. So, again, thank you very much. Have a great week. Have fun. Love your kids. Kiss your wives for me. Kirk, I love you. And see you next week. Poor Audrey. Yeah, I know. She's stuck with me. She's working, but that's a good part of that. She doesn't have to be with me all the time. I'm a little bit crazy. All right. Thank you very much. See you next week.